All right, we are finally live. Hopefully everything's actually working. For some reason, my camera would not show up in OBS. I have no idea why. I kept restarting my computer, unplugging and replugging it in. Was not working. Finally, it got working for whatever reason. Never had that issue before, but now we are finally live. And I have a video coming out after this stream. I have a video. It's a short video. It's only 12. It's actually one of my shorter videos. It's only 12 minutes long. And it's about UFC Brazil, the new main event. The other fight that was canceled on it, Caio Baralho versus Norris Sultan Ruzaboyev. I remember the last time I did a 12-minute video, to be honest. I'm curious. But I'll release that at the end of the stream. I already have a video out, and also it's titled on this stream. It's looking like Khamzat versus Costa ain't happening. I know you guys might call me crazy. Maybe I'm an alarmist. I feel like it's not going to happen. I put out my video, I discussed it, and I broke it down why I didn't think it was going to happen. But it is what it is. The fight is potentially canceled. It's not canceled. Why clickbait? Where did I clickbait it? I put a question mark. Do you know what a question mark means? You know what a question mark means? That means it's a question. So, you don't see the question mark exactly. But I have a feeling, I'm telling you, I have a feeling it's going to be canceled. How do you feel about the UFC always promoting this China stuff and then never going? Honestly, it's partially the UFC, but another part of it's the media. Like, oh, UFC's going to China, going to China, going to China. Dana always says, oh, we're going everywhere. We're going to Mexico. We're going to China. We're going to Africa. He just, in his mind, they're going everywhere, every time, every week. And most of the time, it's bullshit. You know how long he was talking about going to Russia for? When Khabib was champion, he was talking, oh, Conor wants to fight Khabib, rematch him in Russia. There's always talk like that, and it never ends up coming to fruition half the time. Joe, I appreciate your Costa Khamzat video. Thank you, Derrick Backen. Yeah, and the thing is, somebody can call that clickbait. I literally said in the first 20 seconds of the video, just to be clear, this is pure speculation. You literally said in the title, UFC 294 ruined. Where's the question mark there? It's not a question mark. UFC 294 is ruined for me. This is my stream. This is my feelings, not yours. Not yours. So, UFC 294 is ruined for me, regardless if Costa versus Chimaev still happens, because now the best fight on the card is now clouded by this injury. So, it sucks. Sucks. There's been promotions UFC Africa since before I was an MMA fan. Yeah, that is true. Look at them. They talked about UFC Hawaii forever too, and then they say they can't do it. They said they can't do it because whatever reasons. But look at Bellator, goes there all the time with dog shit cards. Aren't they doing Petr Yan versus Song Yadong in China? Supposedly not. Supposedly Petr Yan's injured. You think Almeida versus Lewis is going to end in the first round? I have a video coming out after this with my early prediction, but yes. I think it ends in the first round. One way or another, it ends in the first round. Almeida versus Lewis is such a letdown. Yeah. Compared to what it once was. I also discussed basically half of the video I'm releasing after this, and it's not a long video. It's only 12 minutes long. Half the video is me reacting to Jailton Almeida versus Derrick Lewis, and then the other half is me reacting to Caio Baralho versus Abus Magomedov. With Petr Yan out of his fight with Cruz, I have a feeling Dom Cruz is going to get fed to Yadong. May very well happen, but none of those fights have ever been official. Joe, you don't need to be salty, though. I'm not salty. You sound like you're the salty one. I don't care one way or another. I was just explaining to you what you asked. I don't know how that's being salty. I literally answered your question. Where's the question mark for UFC 294 ruined? I don't know. They won't do UFC Hawaii because they want Hawaii to pay a site fee. Basically, pay the UFC to come Hawaii is like, nah, we're good. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me why the UFC doesn't want to do that. UFC probably going to do Spivak versus Blades now. Ew. Dom Cruz is too scared to fight Yadong. I don't know about that. I don't want to see Cruz fight anymore. Dude's got CTE. What's the most painful submission From what I've been told, from my own personal experience, the Boston Crab. I got robbed of a Ruzaboyev celebration. I mentioned that in my video. UFC China is going to be in the Apex. Mark my words. Probably Benil Arman main event. May very well be. Somebody posed a very interesting remark on my Khamzat Costa video. They said, what if Bo Nichols stepped in? That would actually be really intriguing. If Bo Nichols steps in at 294, sign me up. Consider me intrigued. But UFC 294 is ruined now. It's ruined for me. No matter what, even if the fight continues, there's a cloud looming over top of it. Does anybody agree with me? Even if Khamzat versus Costa now continues, there's a cloud looming over top of it. So, Cruz should commentate himself while he's in the cage and say while he's getting ground and pound that song is gassing himself out. Agreed. He should. He should be like, he'll lose the first 2 rounds, and then he'll say, all I need to do is get a cut in the 3rd round. UFC is protecting him at all costs. I agree. Don't worry, we still got 296. Yeah. Blades, TKO, Spivak, in my opinion, I agree. Depends on how it ends. If Khamzat KOs him in the 1st round, then no cloud. I feel like that'll make it more clouded. Because people will say, he only finished him in the 1st round because Costa was injured. Costa will make a million excuses. Coach Eric will make a million excuses. It's the way it's going to go. Sucks. Can't wait to see Kevin Holland stepping on short notice. Dude, don't even say that. People will probably say that. Yeah, let's get the rematch. The rematch, a year in the making. 13 months in the making. Joey, early prediction, Tom Aspinall will fight Sergey Pavlovich for the vacant heavyweight title in London. I'm with you. I think that happens too. The most painful submission is probably the Polish heel hook or a proper twister from my personal experience. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just really upset we got robbed of a Ruzaboyev celebration. I was really looking forward to a Ruzaboyev celebration. They did us in. No Ruzaboyev celebration? What kind of malarkey is that? Yeah, on second thought, you're forgetting that Dana really dislikes Costa, so he would keep him in this fight on and watch him get mauled. Also, Costa isn't that injured. He's nearly fully recovered already. So then why did he post it everywhere? Why is he still bandaged up? And not only bandaged up, he's got gauze wrapped around it as well. Dude's playing some type of game, it seems. Honestly. Vittori should step in? Sure. Kaio does whatever he wants to Abus. I think Abus could finish him in the 1st round. Khamzat should have stayed at welterweight, much more exciting division. I wanted to see him fight Usman for the title. It isn't ruined for me unless Costa is noticeably one-armed and then the fight is ruined. But if Costa looks fine, then he has no excuses and Khamzat goes wherever he goes. Yeah, I just feel like no matter what, there's a cloud that looms over. It's actually depressing as hell. He's using built-in excuses. That could be it. He's worried about losing. UFC's wasting Khamzat's star potential. They want a superstar so bad, but mismanaging Khamzat, booking him against Paulo to begin with. I don't know if it's mismanagement booking him against Paulo. I think that's a manageable fight for him to win. But also, I don't know what other matchup they should have made. But they mismanaged him by not getting him to fight. If Costa's all good, he's going to sell the fight like he's on his last leg and it's just too tough to quit. So that if he loses, it's because of a terrible injury. Yeah, exactly. Costa said he will never pull out of the fight. Okay, we'll see. I hope you're right. But it seemed like he was setting the stage for, it wasn't me that pulled out, it was the medical team that forced me to pull out. Imagine Khamzat versus Colby if they stayed at welterweight. That's the fight I wanted, but Colby ducked it. Paulo history, though? Yeah, Paulo does have a history, but it's more the UFC's concocting of that history, to be quite honest. It's the UFC concocting of that history. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked it out, my full card predictions are also out on the channel right now. So I've released 3 videos in the last 24 hours. We got UFC 294 out, full card predictions for Yusuf Barboza, cut these fighters post-fight for earlier this week. I was going to do top 3 reasons I hate UFC 294 tonight, but that kind of cuts too deep right now. Andre Fili versus Nate Landwehr. Sign me up. I'll take Nate Landwehr. Joe, do you think Bilal beats Usman right now? Yes. I think Bilal beats Usman. I think he's still improving. Vettori versus Khamzat? Yeah, but it's just not as good. And imagine if Vettori wins. Ew. At least if Costa won, it'd be mildly interesting. How would Jarrett Cannonier versus Costa go versus Khamzat go, in your opinion? Khamzat out-grapples him, but if Khamzat gasses, it's bad, real bad against Jarrett Cannonier. If Costa pulls out, feed him to Ruzaboyev and his coach, he'll probably like that. Don't let this Costa stuff get you down in the dumps, bro. I understand it's frustrating, but let's have hope it stays together. He's clearly using excuses in case he loses. Clearly lacking confidence. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is. But he wanted to get it out there. He could have kept quiet. He wanted to get it out there. And it's so. It just, I'm telling you, it just feels like something's going on. You can just tell. That something's amiss here. Something is amiss. And I feel like we're going to leave disappointed for UFC 294, and I'm not looking forward to that. They won't cancel UAE, approved a one-eyed fighter. Okay. When was the last time Paulo had a clean fight? Khamzat, injury. Rob Ikram didn't sign. Rockhold washed elevation. Marvin missed weight. Izzy drunk. This guy's a joke. Damn, that is true. Dude, and I watched the entirety of the interview just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Dude, Coach Eric is the most annoying motherfucker in MMA ever. He was talking about how, yeah, people think, Khamzat's this big, nasty fighter, some shit like that. I don't remember exact words he was saying. He's like, the UFC gave him Johnny Hendricks at one point in time. They thought they were feeding him to Johnny Hendricks. Nobody thought that. Everyone thought Paulo Costa was going to beat the dog shit out of Hendricks. Literally, Paulo Costa's coach was hyping up Johnny Hendricks in the win Costa had over Hendricks. Embarrassing. Thoughts on a Volkov rematch if Derrick beats Almeida? That's the fight I wanted. I talk about that in my video as well that I'm going to be releasing. It's already recorded. What's good, bro? What's going on? Pick'em. Usman fought the last 2 fights with an injury in his knee. That is true. That is very true. What about Derrick Lewis versus Almeida? I think Almeida easily wins that fight, and I have a video coming out. I'm releasing a video. I already recorded it. At the end of the stream, I'll release it for you guys. Joey Boyd, thank you for the 5 Canadian dollars. I'm trying to get a Creed concert at the Sphere, and I appreciate your $5. Thank you very much. I'll put it towards the Sphere concert. Vittori's in Abu Dhabi for a grappling match, ready to make weight. I don't even have any interest in that fight, to be quite honest. But thank you, Joey, for the 5 Canadian. Yo, what's good, Joey? Is Rodriguez a good underdog over Simon? I picked Rodriguez, so I would say yes. I did not know he was an underdog. I thought he might be a favorite. So, Jonathan Martinez, Adrian Yanez should be main event instead of Barboza Sadiq. Agreed. I actually moved it to the co-main event in my prediction videos because I said this should be the co-main event. I don't care what anyone else says. I was decently surprised you went with Yusuf. Thought you would go with Barboza, but I see why you picked him. It seems like you took some less mainstream picks. I'm going to be totally dead honest. I have no idea. To a certain extent. Obviously, I get a feel from the community a little bit with a card like that. Okay, so let's specify to a card like that. When I make my picks, I don't know, especially for a card like that, I don't know who anyone else is picking. So sometimes my picks may be wild and out there. I don't know which specific ones you're talking about. But fill me in. Is Yusuf like a less mainstream pick? Like, is everyone picking Barboza? I don't remember seeing that on tap, but I don't look at the tap percentage until I'm done making my selection. So I pull up Tapology, I go fight by fight, I research, I type a couple notes, I put my pick in Tapology, go to the next fight. By the way, they changed the whole bout order today too. So I don't know. When I make a pick, unless it's more of a bigger fight, like, obviously I have a feel for who people are picking in Khamzat versus Costa. Obviously I had a feel for who people were picking in Oliveira Dariush or Adesanya Pereira too. But the lower level cards and fights, I have no idea who people are picking. So I could be picking a massive underdog, and chances are I don't even know it. I don't like to let that get in my head. I don't like to let that get in my head. 99% of people are picking this person on Tapology, you know? I like to just make my picks and be done with it. So tell me who were my less mainstream picks. Let me know. Where was I at? I have no idea. Would you make a video on the downfall of Paulo Costa? Potentially, but not right now. Jonathan Martinez, Adrian, I already agreed. Vittori's, I don't care about Marvin Vittori. That crazy. That's a 22-second of this month. Hope you're having a good night. That's crazy. That's a 22-second of this month. What do you mean? Costa out. Brunson resigns with the UFC. Oh, God. Coach Eric is shorter than 5'4". I've seen him in person. Dude's a shrimp. Dude, Coach Eric is the most annoying person in MMA. Is Costa trying to get the composition to pull him out of the fight? Maybe. Could be. Why are you skipping me? I don't know. I don't feel like I have. Is Khamzat a better wrestler than Romero because he couldn't take Paulo Costa down? That's a tough question. Yoel Romero never really mixed in his wrestling right in MMA. Derek Brunson out-grappled Yoel Romero. So I say yes, Khamzat is a better wrestler, grappler than Yoel Romero. Even though maybe based on accomplishments in grappling, maybe not. Yo, Joey, I'm having some type of salad. Congratulations. Coach Eric is the Mark Smith of coaches. Dude doesn't shut the fuck up. I'm telling you, I watched the interview. I had to skip through a couple minutes of him talking because he was so annoying. I literally thought he was going to talk for like 30, 40 seconds. He just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I was like, God damn it, dude. Barboza's worse, at least the very least shop-worn. A great fighter, but I hope he retires soon. His style leads to him damage. The thing is, he can't fight off the back foot, and Sadiq Yusuf likes the pressure. So that was the main logic in my pick. I sent my picks on Discord. Let me take a look. Okay. You took Ducati. You took Gutierrez. You took Dixon. So I didn't have Dixon. I had what's her name. You took McKinney. You took Lisboa. You took Brown. You took Simon. So that's different than me. You took Suarez. You took Pereira. That's different than me. Yanez Araujo. That's different than me. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 different picks. 4 different picks. Okay, sweet. Sadiq is a decent favorite. I didn't know that. I genuinely don't pay attention to odds at all. Don't care what odds are. Barboza's okay, read that. I'm low-key confident C-Rod gets it done. I watched some fight footage. Dude, Terrence Mitchell shot through Cameron Simon. And now Cameron Simon had great scrambles and great grappling ability himself. But I think C-Rod can be very competitive in those scrambles and grappling exchanges. And I think he can get top position. I know Lucas was picking Barboza. That's about it. I know people are sleeping on Christian Rodriguez and hyping up Saman. And I thought Pereira might be slightly talked about. Yeah, I would pick Pereira at welterweight. I hope I made this clear in my video. I would have picked Pereira at welterweight. But I think a grappler guy against him up a weight class is going to be trouble for him. So, the elbow already looks healed. It's just a trick by Costa to add some trauma. Maybe that's what it is. I hope you're right. I think the UFC should make a UFC. Will you do tier list videos on a referee one? I don't do tier list, but maybe I'll do like a, I'm going to do a video. I'm compiling a list of like shitty referees and mistakes. I'll do some type of videos regarding referees in the next couple months. Yep, Seaman isn't that good. All right. Bobby Green versus Dustin Poirier, too. I have no desire to see that. So when picking Dawson versus Green, did you know Dawson was a massive favorite? The answer to that question is yes and no. Because not necessarily, but I assumed everyone was picking Dawson. Like when I picked Dawson, I'm like, okay, I would just, like in my mind, when I pick at least a more well-known fight, I don't know if main event of a card, like specifically that fight, I already have a gauge in my mind of what the community feels about this fight, if that makes sense. So like, I would say without knowing it, and I'm pretty good at guessing this even for fights before I even knew Tapology existed. I would say on Tapology, you're probably looking about 85 to 15 for Dawson. So let me go take a look and see if I'm accurate on that. I would say about 85% pick Grant Dawson. So let me go take a look. 92% pick Grant Dawson. So I didn't know per se that he's a favorite per se, but I assumed everyone was picking him. So I guess, yes, I knew he was a favorite. I hope that makes sense. Chimaev is levels above Yo. But, like, especially for lower level fight cards, I have no gauge on who's picking who. Like let me go to Tapology real quick so I can explain this. Like, for Sadiq Youssef versus Edson Barboza, I have no idea who's picking who. Like, I don't know what the Tapology percentage is on that. Let me take a look. 66-34. Okay, so slightly in the favor of Youssef. Jennifer Maia, Viviane Araujo. I have no idea what people are picking on that. Jonathan Martinez, Adrian Yanez. I would assume that would be 50-50, but yeah, it's about 50-50. So 45 for Yanez. Michelle Pereira versus Andre Petrosky. I'm assuming since Petrosky's coming in on short notice, I would assume Pereira maybe 70%. 73% Pereira. Edgar Suarez, Daniel Lacerda. Since Suarez basically won the last fight, I'm assuming it's heavily him. 92%. Yeah. So I can, in my mind, I can kind of predict what it will be before even seeing it. I hope that makes sense. Should Bo Nickel be the backup for Paulo? Yes. Have you ever done MMA training? Yeah, I wear Venom gear all the time. Abu Dhabi cards are usually built in a way around Muslims to win their fights there. I don't know if there's any evidence to support that, but maybe you can fill me in. The elbow already looks healed. It's just a trick. Okay, I'll take your word for it. There's no more technical on commentary than Cruz. Cruz is literally brain dead. My bad, I sent skipping thing before you read me. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. Maybe you're just a crybaby bitch, Hap. Maybe that's it. C-Rod versus Simon Winner. I think Christian Rodriguez is going to win. I have a full card prediction video on the channel as we speak, if you care to check it out after this stream. My man Mario with the $20 dono. What? I don't know why I did that. I just felt like doing something different. Thank you for the $20 donation, Mario. Super sticker. For a grown man to go online and send another grown man $19.99 with a super sticker that says thank you for being you. This really touched me. That really touched me in all the right spots. So thank you, Mario. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. We will not be bullied here. We will not be silenced. We will not back down. We will not be scared. We will not pander to fan bases. So thank you for your support. We're not scared of Dana in the UFC. Appreciate you, my friend. And we'll say whatever we want. So thank you for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate you, Mario. Long-time supporter of the channel. All right, now where are we at? Where were we at? Will you do a tier list on the refs? No tier list, but maybe a video. Cameron Simon, he beats Corey right now. Jerry, you just literally deserve a timeout for even suggesting that. Costa would be someone who was trolling before fights, so I bet he's half trolling to get Chimaev off game. Maybe that's what he's doing. If Islam loses to Charles, who's his next fight? Charles. Barboza could sleep Youssef if he's been rocked in the past. 100%. Youssef does get hit. Dan Hooker versus Gamrot. Styles make fights. Gamrot out-grapples him, probably. The best MMA streamers don't need MMA training. They already know everything. I'll take it. I live in Dubai. Trust me, I know how it is. Okay? They get immense support. Mario paying for Joey's wings. Big ups. My fake Wingstop wings. Why, are you really going to rag on your old buddy Tanner like that? Yes, I'm going to. If you run it back 5 times, do you think Bobby still knocks Dawson out like that? No, but maybe. Who's the backup fighter for Costa versus Chimaev? I don't think there is a backup fighter. Thoughts on what's happening in Palestine? I'm not super aware of everything that's going on, but basically what I'll say is I don't want any innocent person anywhere in the world to ever die regardless of the situation. But I don't know the whole backstory. I actually got to do some research on that. I know, there's a whole back and forth between Palestine and Israel, but I don't know if that's necessarily what's going on right now. But weird question, you know what I mean? That's an odd question to ask, but I guess that's going on in the world. But I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone lives. I hope everyone, I hope there's peace. That's all I care about. But odd question for an MMA chat. Does the blue light behind you change to purple or orange? Feels like a spooky fall night? Yes. Alexa, change the lamp to purple. Boom. There you go. There you go. Joey, get the sector guy out of here. He's all right. That's not even a timeout worthy on Joey's part. That's a bannable offense on Jerry's part. I forgot what he said. Oh, he would beat Corey. The thought of Connor pissing in a cup makes Chandler so happy. Yeah, it literally turns him on. Turns him on. He's just thinking about Connor pissing in a cup and him sniffing his ass at the same time. I'm honestly more excited for the press conference than the fight for Khamzat and Costa. I'm honestly more excited for the press conference than the fight for Khamzat Costa. I don't know how that's WWES, but same, I guess, good for you. I don't mean to disrespect or anything. Jerry, the stream is uncensored. The stream is not uncensored. But I don't know. I feel like people ask those types of questions. Like, that's like a hot button issue right now. Believe me, I even see that on MMA Twitter because Twitter's fucking ruined. I hate Twitter now. It's ruined. I just want to see MMA content, and I got to watch people die and shit. But I think what Jerry was saying is people ask questions like that to try to get people to say something controversial, and then they're like, oh, can you believe this guy said this? I think that's what he's saying. But yeah, that light changes to any color. So, bro, if Simon beats Corey right now, I'll literally walk naked into a police station. Fair enough. Fair enough. Have you ever seen that? It's from like I'm not even going to say it. I'll give like a hint to it. Somebody will know. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because I don't want someone clipping that out. Has anyone seen it? It's from like some type of, I don't know, satirical show of some sort. I don't know. I've only seen the clip online. It's a magician, and he says, look, I'm going to attempt to undo myself from all these handcuffs, and I only have 30 seconds. Meanwhile, this robotic arm is going to unbutton my pants and pull down my pants, exposing myself to blank in the audience. And, other magicians may risk death or whatnot, but I'm risking something more. And he says, I'm risking being I'm not even going to say this out loud. 2 words, S-A. No, S-O. Offender. S-offender. Is I'm risking more than death here. I'm risking being an S-offender for life. So, has anybody seen that clip before? It's all satirical. It's fake, but it was pretty funny. I saw it recently. I saw it a long time ago, but I saw it recently too. Yes, that meme is so good. Fair enough. Someone say clip. I hope people can separate between a political channel and an MMA channel. What people try to do is people who dislike you try to get you to say something a little bit odd or whatever on stream, and then they're like, oh yeah, can you believe this guy said this? But listen, this channel, I really enjoy running. I really have fun doing it. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I genuinely don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. So you have these weirdos who are trying to like get certain things. Oh, let me get a clip out of this. And then Joey said this. And then, but forcing fake narratives, in chats and stuff like that. Like saying, oh, this is the way MMA Joey thinks or believes, trying to stir up some drama or some dumb shit. There was people, I remember this was like a couple months ago, telling James Lynch, oh, Joey's talking shit about you. He's talking shit about you. And it's just basically a lie. These people are always going to do this. They got nothing better to do with their life. But guess what? You're never going to... I always win because I don't care. I literally don't care. I just find it mildly interesting. So I guess that is caring in a way. People are going to do what they're going to do. And I'm just going to move on with my life. I won't be bullied. I won't be backed into a corner. I won't back down. And I won't let it bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep at night. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say what I want to say. And there's no one that can ever stop me no matter what. At least legally. You know, someone have to kill me. Someone's going to have to kill me to shut my mouth. I'll continue to say what I want, even if it gets a massive amount of hate. You know? And there's not a lot of channels that will do that. There's no channels that will do that. There's no channels that will say what they truly believe, even with the possibility of pissing a large portion of their subscriber base off, or the potential subscriber base off, or cult-like followings in the MMA community for certain fighters. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to do what I want. Obviously, I want to do something that people like or find interesting genuinely, but that's not the only thing that matters, you know? If Charles does win, how do you think it'll happen? TKO. I think TKO. I think Charles would have to TKO him. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. For reference, I don't have any bad intentions when I'm asking these types of questions. Okay. The fact that Strickland became champion before Khamzat, crazy. I know, that's crazy. Joe, you're doing the right thing by not caring. Being yourself and continue to work is the most important. Yeah. I appreciate it, Cosner. I appreciate it. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'll continue to do it. And I know some people might say, you know, because we talk about it on stream here and there, but it's just naturally going to come up. Oh, you clearly care because you talk about it. Look, has anything changed with my content in terms of, do I feel like you think I'm acting different based on backlash? Never. Never, ever, ever. Joe, you should collab with James again. I love when you guys stream together. It's been a bit. It's been a bit for sure. I don't know when that'll happen again. I don't know when that's going to happen again. But soon, maybe. I don't know. I'm just busy, and I'm like a very rare collabor. You know, I'm a rare collabor. I just like to, you know, mind my own. And I feel like every time I've done a collab, every single time I've done a collab, I've desperately wanted a debate. I wanted an issue that someone said, no, I disagree with you on this. And then it's like every time I give a little bit of pushback, I don't get no pushback back. They're like, oh, well, you got it backed up with evidence and support here, so we'll just move on. Or something along those lines. So one of these days, we'll meet somebody with that same energy. And, you know, maybe I'll do, I don't know. You guys got to tell, if you guys have like favorite MMA YouTubers, you got to hit them up. Tell them, oh, hit Joey up. And then if they message me or something, maybe I'll do it. So message me on IG or Twitter or something, and maybe I'll do it, because I'm only doing a collab if it's something you guys really want. Do you have a TV you watch UFC fights on, or just a computer? I have a monitor here. I want to get, there's a new OLED monitor coming out in 2024 that I really want to get. So hopefully, this can't be it. No, that's not it. That's not OLED. Yeah. So it's a monitor. It's a 27-inch monitor. There's a 32-inch OLED coming out at the beginning of the year that I want to get. So just watch the Magician clip. That shit had me dead. You searched it up. You were able to find it easily. Have you ever seen the movie Never Back Down? Yes, I have. It was a good movie. Who's one fighter you wish you can get on a pod? Honestly, I don't know. It's not like something I really think about, to be honest. When I started this channel, the main point of this channel was, at least what I thought was, to eventually build an audience and get certain things out there that I feel like aren't being covered properly, or people aren't speaking the truth, or people are shifting the narrative in the UFC's favor and going along with a false narrative. It's not about, oh, I need to get this fighter on or that fighter on. It's never been about that. So if I had to pick out someone, sure, Khamzat Chimaev. Why not? I'll throw out Khamzat Chimaev. But it's not like I'm sitting around thinking about that, you know. With how MMA is going this year, I'm going Lewis by KO over Almeida. Fair enough. Collab-based MMA, never heard of it. Joe, imagine if someone tried to debate you over an Islam IV topic. I'd be in tears. Dude, most of what I hardline support, I just feel like I can't lose a debate in it. You know, I just can't. Maybe people pretend I would, but I wouldn't. on certain things. Maybe on other things I can be convinced. The Guru collab would be legendary. I doubt that'll ever happen. I don't know who that is. Okay, would break the MMA world. Okay, it feels so good. The year ending with a banger of cards without Conor. Dude, I wish Conor would just go away. Go off, say goodbye into that silent night or something like that. I forgot what the quote is from Interstellar. If I could get anyone on the pod in studio, I'm getting Ruzaboyev's coach. We could celebrate afterwards. Dude said always remember to follow your dreams. And them kids saying, so you always dreamed of doing this? Who is School? Oh, you said, man, I want you to collab with Guru and School. I doubt that'll ever happen. I understand why, but I doubt that'll ever happen. Because that'll be an outright demolition. That'll be a demolition. When is the Chris Curtis MMA Joey interview over a table at Buffalo Wild Wings? I don't know. We'll see. The thing is, no matter what you do, what would happen in that instance, you would see it, probably a fun stream, fun video, fun debate, whatever it would be. And then you'd be seeing people claiming victory no matter what. So, Usman beat Premise on Saturday. Joey. Usman beat Premise. He will win the tournament. I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is you want me to debate. Red Pill. When he gets angry, he does impressions. Okay. My favorite MMA YouTuber is Scott Stapp. Never heard of him either. Can I give you 2 fights and you guess what the odds would be and then pick who wins? Sure. Go ahead. What about Kaio versus Abus? I have a video coming out about UFC Brazil after this stream. I'm releasing it literally at the end of the stream, and I give my thoughts on it. I like it, but it's a little bit disappointing compared to the Norris Salt and Ruzaboyev fight. So, I wish media would ask Conor some real questions, like what's going on with those yacht picks. Agreed. The French guy pulled out of his upcoming fight. Who's the French guy? It's actually crazy to me that you don't like ice cream disturbing. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. The only ice cream I've eaten before and actually enjoyed is when I've gone on vacation. Before I've had this, I guess it's called soft serve ice cream, but it's almost like a whipped cream. It's almost like a whipped cream ice cream, and I've only had it ever once. Not once. I've had it multiple times, but when I went on vacation, and one time my fiance got it and it was delicious, and I was like, okay, I could eat this, but it basically tasted like whipped cream. But other than that, I haven't ate ice cream. Because I haven't gone on vacation in a couple years, so I wonder when the last time I ate ice cream was. I don't know. I never liked, in general, when I was a kid, I remember like trying out ice cream, and I never liked things that were like that cold in my mouth. Just too cold. Didn't taste that good. And I just never been a big fan. Never been a big fan ever. I remember my grandparents used to tell other like parents when I was younger, yeah, you do want to eat ice cream. You don't like ice cream. They were like talking about it like it was like I was a weirdo. I remember that. Joe, what would you ask Ruzaboyev's coach? I would ask him, I would say, pretend that I just want to fight and let's celebrate. Okay, Joey, go Lopez versus Sabatini and Vitor Petrino versus Modestas Bukauskas. Now, what did you want me to do again? I forgot what you wanted me to do. What are the odds? When you say odds, I'll give you Tapology percentages. Lopez versus Sabatini, I'll say is people are way too high on Lopez, but I'm high on Lopez as well. But he's like overhyped right now. So I'll say Lopez 65% to 35% for Sabatini. And then for Vitor Petrino versus Modestas Bukauskas, I feel like people, just because of Vitor Petrino's physique, are going to pick Vitor Petrino. I'll say 70% to 30% for Bukauskas, even though it probably should be 50-50. All right, let's go look. Lopez. Diego Lopez. Let's see if that's the right fight. Okay, Pat Sabatini. Confirmed upcoming bout. 80% Lopez, 20%. So what did I say, 75? Did I say 75 to 25 or did I say 65 to 35? I don't know. All right, what was the other one? What was the other fight? I forgot. Petrino versus Bukauskas. Vitor Petrino. Shit, I don't remember what I said for that one. I think I said 70-30. That's what I'll go with. I don't remember what I said now. Let's see. But not that many people may have picked it yet. Vitor Petrino, upcoming bout. 82% for Petrino. There you go. Jerry, thank you for the $1.99. Joe, you only like hot things in your mouth? Yes. What donation would get you to eat ice cream on stream? I'm not even sure I would have ice cream in my house. I don't know. I don't think I would even have ice cream. Maybe my fiance does. I don't know. Doubt it, though. I don't know. I wouldn't like it, man. I just wouldn't like it. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's just too cold. I'll eat some snowballs, though. I'll put some snowballs in my mouth, you know. A good Skylight snowball. I used to get lime snowballs back in the day. And I remember when I was a kid, I would eat a lime snowball. Not a kid, but like a teenager when I was like 15, 16. I remember one time I got a lime snowball. And I had this big old... Never mind, I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to save that story for another day. Sabatini is 150. Petrino, negative 130. Okay, so Sabatini's a favorite, is what you're saying. And Petrino's a massive favorite. But yeah, maybe a $500 donation. I'll eat some ice cream on stream, or I'll get a milkshake and drink it on stream. A milkshake isn't bad, you know. But it's not like something I get. Like, I don't remember the last time. I don't think I would have had a milkshake this year, but maybe I have. I doubt it, though. Who would win in a Bilal versus Strickland? Strickland, I think. Soft serve at the Chinese buffet. Never had it. Islam versus Volkanovski was one of the most useless fights ever. I'll be so pissed if they did a rematch and it did nothing for Islam because he's not number one pound for pound. I mean, it was still a great fight, though. It was still a great fight. Milkshake from Five Guys. I don't think I've ever had one from Five Guys. I don't think I've had them from Chick-fil-A before. And they're all right. But not a big fan. Not a big fan. I never understand people that eat vanilla ice cream and shit is bland. I like some ice cream with peanut butter and some chocolate candies in it. But I rarely eat ice cream. Yeah. I've had ice cream with like Reese's in it before, and that's okay. But I'm trying to think when that would have been. I've had that a couple times. And it's been all right. Like, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it enough to want to go get it again. But I guess I've had it a couple times over the course of my life. Let me put it that way. So, what did I miss? Costa's out. Costa is injured, but he's not out. Costa is injured, but he is not out. It is not confirmed that he's out. That's why there's a question mark. What do you think Khamzat stopped sparring with Till? Probably because Till sucks ass. Do you think the UFC were informed about Costa getting surgery when he did? Yes. Jay, make sure you grab our seasonal milkshakes at Chick-fil-A, the caramel crumble shake. I forgot you worked there. You can just come to Baltimore, work at the Chick-fil-A here. No joke, Joe, you should expand your palate. You're missing out. Do you like sushi? I've never tasted sushi. I don't think I'll ever taste sushi ever. Just not appealing to me. Thoughts on Guru saying strawberry milkshakes are gay, but then saying he prefers banana? I don't have any thoughts. I don't care what he has to say. His opinion is irrelevant to me. He looked so guilty on MMA Hour. All you saw was Captain Eric reading off the promo script. Dude, that shit was bad. That shit was real bad. The way he was reading off the promo script. Oh my God. I was just thinking, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut your mouth, you bitch. Eric would not, Captain Eric, Coach Eric, whatever the hell his name is, would not shut up at all. But yeah, dude, did he not look like, he looked like the fight was canceled in that interview. I'm telling you, Ariel could see the same thing. And Ariel asked him 8 different ways and never got a real clean answer. Biggest hypocrite I've ever heard. I don't care. I don't know what he says. I don't listen to what he says. And the only thing I know about him is what people tell me in the chat. But from what I've seen on Twitter, you know, in my own personal mentions, he's an avid fan of my channel and he cares what I think pretty much about everything. Enough to be really upset by it, But, that's just the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes. Some people have lives. Some people get outside. Some people sit at home all day thinking they're the king of MMA online and get no pussy. That's basically what goes on in the MMA community a lot of the time. People think they can gatekeep the community. Like, oh, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to think that. So, yeah, and people think a lot. There's a lot of people in the MMA community who think they're right because they may have a popular opinion. It's called the appeal to popular opinion fallacy. Just because the masses agree with you does not make you right at all, ever. Everyone is an avid fan of your channel. Seems like it, dude. Seems like it. There's some people out there worried about my viewership. They're worried about my viewership. They say, oh, can you believe this guy? This guy with his 15 viewers, 20 viewers, whatever it was. I don't know. I appreciate your guys' support. At the end of the day, do I want to grow my channel? Of course. My channel is growing just fine. It's doing all right. It's 2.5 years old. It is what it is. Where will we be in 5 years? Where will we be in 3 years? That's the real question. But as long as you enjoy what you do, it is what it is to me. I'm doing exactly what I've always dreamed of doing in terms of MMA coverage. I've always dreamed of doing exactly what you guys have to understand this. I wish I could put this into words. And I've talked about this on plenty of streams. I've dreamed about doing this since like 2013, 2014. Think about that. I always thought, oh, I really would like to start a MMA YouTube channel. I really want to start an MMA YouTube channel. I really want to start an MMA YouTube channel. Because I felt like the MMA media does a disservice. The MMA media doesn't cover MMA the right way. Not all the time, okay? And I'm not saying I'm something special. But I always felt like there was things missing or left out of context, or people, even though they knew what was really going on, they didn't know how to articulate it and actually, discuss what's really going on and shape the narrative in the correct way when the UFC and Dana White and all his little shills are pushing in a certain direction. And I always dream, like, I want to be that guy that's there to set it straight. The Francis Ngannou narrative. Set it straight. And I don't care if it's 20 people watching or 70 people watching or 100 people watching or 100,000 people watching. I'm going to continue to do what I want to do because think about it. I dreamed about it for like 7-8 years. I finally started to do it in 2021. Finally got online, And at the end of the day, it's crazy because I put a lot of work into this channel. I don't make a lot of money from this channel. Maybe one day I will. I always hope of that. But being able to get out there and have a voice, even if it's a very small voice in the MMA community, dream of mine for 7 or 8 years. 2 years in, we're 2.5 years in right now. I can live with that. So I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more amazed in general. And the way I see it is, this is the way I feel, and you guys should feel it the same way. If you're doing something you enjoy, don't ever let somebody, especially anybody online, imagine letting somebody online, because you got plenty of haters online, try to bring you down and shit on you for it and judge you, let alone online, but not in person either. You know what I mean? People who are like, oh, must be nice to do this, must be nice to do that, or worry about what other people are going to think. Obviously, if there's people you care about and you respect, you should care what they think when it comes to certain things. But for the most part, if you're not hurting anyone, you're doing what you enjoy, do what you enjoy. Don't worry about what others think. Don't not do things because you're worried about what others might think. So, I couldn't be happier. 2.5 years in, about to hit 12,000 subs. I'll take it. I never imagined that. I told you guys, when I started this channel, you can go back and find early streams. I thought maybe a year or two, I would get 2,000 subs. I would get 1,000 subs. I thought maybe 2 years would hit 1,000 subs. So the fact that we're 2.5 and we're almost at 12,000, I couldn't be happier. I almost bring tears to my eyes right now. I feel like I'm listening to a Creed CD right now. I feel like I'm listening to a Creed CD. You know? So this is my sacrifice. I sacrificed my time, and I'm here now talking to you guys, pumping out videos, talking about shit I enjoy to talk about. And there ain't one person online, there ain't one person in real life that's ever going to bring me down. So I hope that all makes sense. I don't know what question I was on, but that's the way I feel, and that's the way you guys should live life too. Do something you love. Doesn't matter what others think. Don't worry about what others are thinking about you. Enjoy yourself and live your life. Joe, I just watched your Costa video, and I'm so mad that you might be right. You know, when I made that video, I was worried about mad people telling me I was stupid and I didn't make any sense. So I'm glad to hear you think that. I'm mad at myself too for being right. I had to make the video. So, because it's just what I honestly believed. I said, I really feel like this fight's getting canceled. It's pure speculation. I'm going to make that known in the title and as soon as I start the video up. But I'm going to cover it the way I think it should be covered. Whitaker as a backup fighter, please. I don't think that's going to happen. Thoughts on his down? I don't know. I literally don't know him. I've watched one of his videos ever. You know, so I can't tell you, you know, what kind of downfall that he'll have. But, you know, I know when you're just, anybody out there just perpetually just trying to shit on people and, you know, just tear other people down, usually they don't have any self-confidence. That's all I'll say about that. They're compensating for usually something, you know, some type of shortcomings in their lives. Because you will never see me go out of my way to try to directly disrespect someone. You know, I know some people say, oh, I don't like when you say this about this fighter or that fighter. I will never go out of my way to seek a fighter out and attempt to disrespect them, ever. You will never see that ever. So, unless it's something wild, crazy that I'll respond to on Twitter or something like that. That's it, and that's a very rare occasion. And it has to be something extreme that they're saying to get me to respond to it. And usually I don't see it anyway. You get a lot of live viewers for your channel size. I think it's all right. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. I'll take 60 to 80 on a regular basis. You know? You just go, okay, you need to just run up the likes on the stream. Yeah, if you guys could all run up the likes on the stream. And also do me a favor. Everyone check right this very second and make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have notifications on. We should get to 12,000 subscribers in the next 2 to 3 days, maybe a week max, depending on how things go. So if you guys could all double check and make sure you're subscribed. We are currently, let's see, 178 subscribers away from 12,000. Absolutely, dude. Would you ever shadow box on stream? Yeah, for $500, I'll shadow box on stream right now. I'll give you a little taste of it. There you go. What's up, dude? That's a legitimate winning attitude to have in all things. Yeah, dude. Thank you. Oliveira will lose. We've already seen it. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. You never know. Biggest super fight the UFC can do at the moment. Biggest super fight the UFC can do at the moment. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm trying to think right now because Adesanya was in a lot of them. It was Khamzat Adesanya kind of. I really don't know right now. There's not a big super fight that jumps out to me. There's just not one right now. I'll say, I don't know. I'll say Khamzat versus Yuri Prohaska, but I don't know. Or Khamzat Alex Pereira. I'll say that one. Honestly, Oliveira eyes are worse than we think, even post-operation. I never understand how he just keeps his head as still as a T-ball for certain fighters. I don't know. I don't know if his head's that still. It's crazy, Joey, be talking about fallacies. We got a midterm on them in a little bit. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, appeal to popular opinion fallacy. That's a well-known one. Basically, people think because the majority of people agree with them, or they perceive the majority of people to agree with them, that means it's right. And it's just not. Thoughts on Dawson posted a video talking about Fight IQ, and I got a top comment saying, thank you, Glass Jawson. 600 likes in 3 hours. That's pretty cool, I guess. He did, which is confusing. What is? Dude, my Ortega video blew up out of nowhere, but my Oliveira video that I spent so much time on didn't get much traction. That's just the way it is sometimes, dude. It's just the way it is sometimes. Can you explain to me why people are hating on Usman fight, but cheered and loved Strickland's fight over Izzy? Usman fight was way more entertaining. You're talking about Usman Nurmagomedov, I'm assuming? Because the level of competition. Everyone expected Izzy to smoke Strickland. Everyone expected Usman to smoke Primus. So the fact that Usman went to a dominant decision against Primus, it just wasn't shocking and it was kind of boring. And then Strickland, the Strickland Adesanya fight, I told you guys it was garbage from the begin with, but the shock factor of it made it exciting. Dude, no lie though, you were the man, Joey. Thank you. Today's stream is successful now. Thank you. They go to work 2 times per year. Usman's kind of whack. The fact that Mavov got pulled from the card for visa issues is so annoying. Why can't professionals there just be allowed to travel whatever they need to? I don't know, dude. There's probably more going on there than meets the eye. There's probably more than goes on than meets the eye. They really got Russia versus Brazil for $294. It's the MMA World Cup in Brazil looking weak. Okay. I started watching Lucas Tracy. He's pretty good, but gives off major frat boy vibes. Other than that, I would say his channel is somewhat similar to yours. Similar in the fact that we talk about MMA, but I think it's vastly different in a way, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. The cuts video are a good niche. Sure, dude, that was a great idea. I came up with a great idea on that one. So I'm glad you guys enjoy. I hear every single stream now that, I love the cuts video. The cuts videos are excellent. I absolutely love the cuts video. So I hear it so much that it must be a good video series. Every post fight, someone comments. When we have like a really shitty post fight, someone's commenting on it. It's like, can't wait for the cuts video. So Conor versus Oliveira or Conor versus Khamzat is if he's still at welterweight. Okay, sure. I still think Conor versus Masvidal would do big numbers. Thoughts on the current state of the UFC? Is it improving overall with talent and production, etc.? And why are we out at the apex yet? Lots of cities. UFC's lazy about it. Dana used to say, "Oh, we're lazy. We need to get out and go to different cities and blah, blah, blah." Dude just is saving money by going to the apex with shit cards. So that's the way it is. Conor Gaethje? Okay. What's with these long-ass questions? I don't know if there is any long-ass questions. I don't know if there's any long-ass questions. I don't know what you mean by that. O'Malley versus Max. Who would want to see that? No, absolutely not. What do you think about Bobby Green talk? He said Grant and Drew Dober have a wide stance. If you watch the replay, Green floors him, nearly stepping into Grant. I don't know what Bobby Green has really said. And I'm not sure what you're getting at with the wide stance thing. It was a weird finish, but it was a good finish by Bobby Green, I guess. I don't know. Joe, you're low-key going to blow up soon. There's actually a wave of people leaving Guru's channel. It's not only me. Okay. Hey, man, I'll take your word for it. I'm not wishing on anyone's downfall. I wish everyone nothing but success, the utmost success. The way I see it, there's the corny saying, a rising tide lifts all ships. So some people look at like MMA channel to MMA channel like some type of competition. I wish everyone nothing but success. Even if I'm not like a fan of them or watch their content, I wish everyone success because it only helps the sport of MMA and it helps everyone. You know what I mean? Any pushback on your number one cut this week? Seemed like a little bit. People don't understand that I'm being serious, but also it's partially satirical. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense because I'm kind of being serious, but at the same time, it's like satirical. Takes are biased and emotional as hell. Okay. Joe, what do you do if Stipe KOs Jones? What do I do if Stipe KOs Jones? Guys, what do I do? Let me know in the chat. What do I do if Stipe KOs Jones? Let me know in the chat, please. Does anyone understand? Let me hear it. Does anyone know what I'm about to say? I would love to know. If someone guesses it, I'm going to laugh. Anybody's going to guess it? The scene if Stipe turns Jones into a lawn chair. Damn, no one knows what I'm going to do if Stipe KOs John Jones. Nobody knows. Truly nobody knows. If Stipe KOs John Jones, I'm definitely calling the fire department immediately. I'm calling the fire department immediately and I'm reporting it. I understand what you meant, but people calling Usman versus Primus boring, but not the Strickland fight, which was much more slow and boring. I think they were both boring, to be quite honest. So I'm consistent on that. I got a lot of shit for saying Strickland Adesanya was boring. I got a lot of shit for that, but I stand by those words. Are you going to go to any haunted attractions this spooky season? No, probably not. I have something interesting matchups in mind. Please give me a review. Okay, let me hear it. I want to see Fiziev versus Jair. That's a banger. Keep cutting these lazy fighters. Okay, Khamzat Chimaev is a fight we need to see at some point. That's probably the number one. That's probably the number one fight I want to see. People can't listen to multiple YouTubers. Are we supposed to be loyal? If so, I'm out. Who said that? I didn't say that. I don't care who you listen to. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know if I missed something in the chat or what, but that's kind of weird. UFC needs to smuggle Khamzat into the States and keep him there so he can be active again. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen. You said call the fire department. I missed that. I see it now, but I missed it. If Conor chins Colby to win another title and hold up the division again or stay active, I think he would retire. I don't think he would stay. He probably hold up the division for a while and then retire without fighting anyone else. He would never defend the belt. Celebrate with a dozen from Wingstop? No. Anybody who likes Wingstop is a straight up piece of shit. Said Bobby Green is acting too... yeah, sounds racist to me. What do you think of Pyfer versus Khabibulov next? And do you agree Khabibulov is sort of a can crusher? Kind of. And no, I don't agree with that matchup yet. I think the UFC is going to kind of protect Pyfer for now. I think they're going to protect him a little bit. So I don't think it's going to happen. I would love to personally see that matchup, but I don't think it's going to happen. Well, something off with Grant Dawson. Something seemed to be... Maybe he was dreaming about fighting Tony Ferguson. I'm assuming Khamzat can't get into the UK. It seems like... My guess is he's on a terrorist list. He's hanging out with Chechen warlords. I would assume he's on some type of no travel list. I think that's what's been going on. I think that's why he changed who he's repping from Sweden to now the UAE. I think I'm telling you right now, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it 100%. And I have no evidence to support this, or only anecdotal evidence to support this. But there's more that meets the eye with Khamzat Chimaev in his inactivity. You jinxed Borralho versus Ruzaboyev fight. I know, dude. Top fights flying under the radar. Cancel. If Bryce walked out the Creed in his next fight, is he considered the GOAT? Yes. 100%. 100%. If you walk out to Creed, you're automatically the GOAT. I will cheer, celebrate. Okay, read that. Something with the shillelagh. I've been waiting for someone to try me with this. I'm waiting for someone to try me with this bad boy. I haven't broke this bad boy out on the stream. I always got this thing on hand. I always got that thing on me. I could beat somebody that... I'm telling you, if I ever get an intruder... I'm telling you, things are gonna get pretty ugly with this thing. Okay, that thing's light as a feather, but that thing is solid wood. Pause. Tamara is low key fine. Who is Tamara? Personally, Bo Nickel is nowhere near deserving of a Joe Pyfer fight. Bo's fights names we've never seen. That is true. I'm gonna try you, and you ain't gonna do a thing. You ain't gonna live to. You ain't gonna live to regret that. I thought Ruzaboyev would beat Kaio and Kaio Malzabus. I'm with you. I would probably pick Ruzaboyev. I think he would upset Kaio. I know you won't ever do this, but it'd be so cool to see you fly over to the UK. All right, I'll show up. I'll go fly over there. I'll do it for you. Look, I'll go to an event, If I happen to run into him, I'll do it for you, Tanner. I'll do it for you. On site. On site, Slump City. Paulo's girlfriend's manager? Okay. I don't even know what she looks like. My guess is she probably isn't that good of a manager, to be honest. That's probably why all these issues have been going on. Some of these MMA fans are so annoying. Like, they keep seeing videos of Sanko having to respond to comments that she sleeps with everyone. She's the best commentator, but if you're a woman, it's over. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. People, it's incel behavior. People enjoy the harassment of women. Mainly it's incels because what they're mad about is, and this is genuinely true. What they're mad about, and this can apply to a lot of different situations. They basically think it's the Elliot Rodger effect. It's the Elliot Rodger personality, where any attractive women they hate, and they basically are mad because they could never get with them. Essentially, that's what's going on. Yeah, Slump City on site. Slump City. I can chew that stick with my teeth. Shut up. My dog has tried to grab my shillelagh a couple times. He wants to play with it. Pause. Thoughts on people chopping popcorn in the movie theater? I'd like to beat them to death. Pyfer being a welterweight who is 38 and lost 6 of his last 7. People act like it's a huge win. Beats a welterweight. Yeah, that is true. People are going to overhype Joe Pyfer because it's B. Joe Pyfer. B. Joe Pyfer. That's it. That's the way it goes, boys. It's B. Joe Pyfer. Interesting projection about incels, Joe. What do you mean? What do you mean? A lot of incels are like Elliot Rodger, who they look at other women, especially attractive women, and they hate them because basically they're like, I could never sleep with them. I could never date them. I could never be with them. I could never kiss them. So they naturally just hate them. Look up Elliot Rodger's manifesto on YouTube. You'll understand exactly what I'm saying. That's what those people are like. So they enjoy to try to get a little bit of harassment towards them, you know? Tried to watch Saw X last week at the theater and everyone was chomping on their phones. Lots of randoms making out there too. There's nothing I enjoyed more than the movie theater during COVID. Oh my God. The movie theater during COVID. Oh my goodness. Take me back, boys. Take me back. I remember being in there, just me and like one other person. Oh, it was so enjoyable. It was so enjoyable. I absolutely loved it. It made me love going to the theater. That's why I'm an AMC A-list member. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Now I just try to go, you know, at certain different times when not. What I have now is I bought my fiance an A-list membership too, but she doesn't go as much. And what I'll do is when I go, I'll book her ticket no matter what. Because I already paid for her membership. So I book her ticket no matter what. And that way I always have an empty seat next to me. I don't want to sit next to someone. We got big recliners anyway. But I don't want to sit next to someone. I don't want to see your phone lighting up. I don't want to hear you eating popcorn. So, yeah. That's what I do. I always book 2 tickets. And one of my buddies has A-list too. So if he doesn't go or he does go, I book his ticket too. So I'll have 2 empty seats next to me if I go by myself, you know. Al Hassan literally stood still and didn't even hit Pyfer once. Just 3 leg kicks and Pyfer beat him. I know, and the leg kicks were affecting him too. Daniel Zellhuber versus Drew Dober. Sign me up. Remember when a movie theater company announced that phones will be allowed? No, I do not remember that. What do you mean by that? Yeah, but it's annoying. I hate going to a movie theater and like everyone's busy as hell and, you know, eating popcorn and playing on their phones. It's the most annoying thing ever. It's so annoying. I remember I was super annoyed. One time I booked 4 seats. Me and my buddy went and I booked 4 seats. So we could have an empty seat on either side of us. And some fucking assholes bought the individual. No, I know what I did. There was 4. I didn't book 4 seats. There was 4 seats and I booked the 2 in the center. So it left a single seat on either side. No one's going to book a single seat on either side. So I thought. It was a packed theater. 2 fucking assholes booked those individual seats. And then when they showed up, they said, "Can you guys scoot over?" I would have normally told them to fuck off. I said, "Look, I reserved my seat. Fuck right off." Right? But what they didn't know is one of our seats was broken. They're reclining seats. So one of our seats were broken. It didn't work. It didn't recline. I said, "Okay, sure." We scooted down closer to the middle. We gave them our 2 seats. And he got a broken chair. Dude was pissed. But it was his dude. He shouldn't be asking me to move anyway. So it was in 2015. They canceled it due to backlash. Oh, they said people weren't going to be able to bring their phones? Is that what you're saying? Did you go to movie premieres back in the day where everyone in town would go, literally packed so much there were literally 12 theaters for one Batman? No, not really. A little bit here and there, but I don't ever remember like a big one. I remember when you used to have to go. You would have to go like 30 minutes before the showtime, 45 minutes before the showtime to get in line just to get into the theater. And then once you got into the theater, you had to watch 30 minutes of previews. What I do now is when I book a movie ticket to go see a movie, I show up purposely about 20 minutes late. Because usually it's about 30 minutes of previews. Bare minimum, it's about 20 minutes of previews. So I always walk in, usually right as I walk in, within a minute or two, it's the movie starting. So I don't want to sit there for 30 minutes of previews. You know, some people get there before the showtime. So if the showtime's 6 o'clock, they'll get there at 5:45, 5:40. So it's like 20 minutes until the showtime. The showtime means the previews start. So if I go to a showtime at 6 o'clock, I'll show up at like 6:20, 6:25. Just waltz right in, boom, sit down. And there's so many times that this is literally my ass hits the seat and then boom, the movie starts up. It's just perfect. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I always try to show up about 20 minutes late, 15, 20 minutes late. So what's the point of going to the movies if you're just on your phone? Yeah, dude, I hate that. I'll occasionally maybe check my phone. But people who are just sitting on their phone, some motherfucker, when I went that one night when we switched with that dude, he just started FaceTiming in the middle of the movie for like 2 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? So, okay, The Dark Knight was huge, that it was. I used to not go to very many movies. Have you ever showed up late? Like the movie started? I always show up late technically, but I've never... I think I've maybe missed like 1 minute of a movie one time. You can't just randomly go to the movies anymore. It all needs to be done in advance. No, it doesn't, dude. If you have an app, I have an AMC A list. I'll literally book a seat 2 minutes before the movie and show up. You know? So I'll go to movies last minute all the time. I go by myself. I'll go with one of my buddies. I'll go with my fiance. But I don't care. I'll go by myself. What's it matter? You're sitting in a movie theater anyway. I don't want to sit next to a motherfucker anyway. 15-minute rule. Always show up late. What's your go-to movie theater snack? I don't ever eat snacks at the movies ever. I don't think I've ever bought anything at the movies. It's a waste of money. It's not even good and it's too expensive. Like, I'm not going to spend $20 to $30 on literal shit snacks. Literally shit snacks. So I don't like popcorn. I hate hearing people eat popcorn to the point that I want to murder them. And I'm not buying that garbage. So I don't think I've probably gone to over the past. I try to go to one movie per month at least to get my membership worth. So let's just say I've had a membership since I bought my membership in February of 2020 low. And then, obviously, the movie theater shut down for a while. Whenever I went back, I don't remember if it was early 2021, something along those lines. I've gone to like one movie a month since then. So I'm probably working on about, I would say in the last 3 years, probably somewhere between 40 and 60 movies. And I've never bought a snack. My buddy bought me a water one time because I told him when he was leaving his house, I said, grab me a water. He said, okay, I'll grab you a water. And then he forgot the water. So I said, no, I'm not buying a fucking water from this. I'm not buying a $10 water. And he said, all right, I'll buy you a water then. So I was being cheap. I said, I ain't buying no water. You're supposed to bring me one. I purposely go on my phone during the movie time on full brightness and make sure to FaceTime at least one time. Shut up. You don't like spending $30 on Swedish Fish? Absolutely not. I love the video of someone putting their flash on during the Star Wars movies. The whole cinema is going off at them. Fucking idiots. What's more of a robbery, movie theater concession stands, or Patty the Baddies win versus Gordon? Patty's win, but the concession stands are right up there. I seen some picture online. It was probably fake, but it was like someone snuck spaghetti in like a plastic bag. Yeah, the only time I'll FaceTime during the movies is I'm FaceTiming Clay Guida and the boys. So, Joey the Incel Slayer. Yeah, exactly. So many incels in the MMA community they cheerlead the harassment of women because they get no women. That's truly what goes on. Yeah, I tweeted out something earlier and a lot of people were responding and saying they're not harassing her and blah blah blah. I see some really dumb shit defending a fucking idiot in Dylan Dennis. That shit's really annoying me to the fact I wish I would have made a video on it. That's how annoying it is. People defending this dude. I swear on my life, if it was me getting harassed, if my fiance or my family was getting harassed like that, I would dig up his father's dead body. I don't care if it sent me to jail. I'd be like, look, he's a pussy. It's all about fight promotion. He's sending me to jail. I would literally dig up his father's dead body and bring him to the fight. I would literally do that. I just seen some person tweeting back to my shit. It's embarrassing. The incel community. Imagine not getting bitches. Yeah. It's people who pussies, basically. What are some of your favorite movies? Interstellar. I love The Shawshank Redemption. I'm trying to think what else. The Shawshank Redemption and Interstellar are amazing. I'm trying to think. I've watched so many movies in the last 2 years that now I forgot what are some of my all-time favorite classics. I'm trying to think. I really enjoyed 1917. And there's some other ones that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But Interstellar, I loved Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. I'd sneak a Popeye's mystery box in the movie theaters before I buy their snacks. Agreed. I'd sneak a whole pizza in there before that. Brendan is literally a dead body. That he is. Did you watch Saul X? I did. It was okay. Nothing great. Do you prefer when a belt is getting passed around or there's a dominant champion can comfortably say no one can beat? I would say I like a comfortable champion, but I like the thought of someone could beat them. They're a dominant champion, but there's a chance they might lose. You know? Like, we don't think they're going to lose, but there's always a chance. Like, I like Volkanovski, and there's a chance that Topuria could win. I don't think he will win, but there's a chance he could win. People acting like Joe Pyfer is Khamzat when look at against a guy who stood still. Yeah. I think Pyfer's overrated for sure. Some dickhead was recording the movie during Spider-Man, and me and my buddy in the front row stood up and screamed at him while he was in the very back row, and everyone stood up and dude left. Okay. Just screamed at the top of your lungs. That's pretty funny. Ever go to a drive-in movie? Occasionally, I have been to. But not often. Not in years. I have an old friend who was in Wolf of Wall Street, the guy who does the backflip. I don't remember that. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, my friend. So it's hard for me to remember. Pyfer was getting his leg. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pyfer's overrated. Bo Nickel's overrated. There's a bunch of people who overrate it. Doesn't mean they're not good. People take offense to the term overrated. It's not that they're not good. It's not. It's really not that they're not good. But it's just that people are overrating their skill set. Based off the current evidence that we have, people are overrating their skill set. That's what's going on. That's truly what's going on. So, do. Okay. I can't believe it's almost 12 o'clock already. I would have started 20 minutes early, but I was having issues. We're finally about to hit that 12K mark. Thank God for that. That 12K is going to look beautiful on the channel. I'll tell you that much right now. That 12K is going to look beautiful on the channel. So, if there's anybody watching right now who is not currently subscribed, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. That's funny. I just seen something hilarious on Discord. I like Petrosky, but GM3 performance left a certain taste. I picked Petrosky, but only because I don't think Michelle Pereira has good cardio either. Aljo said on his recent podcast that Henry versus Merab is most likely for #1 contender spot in January. What an embarrassment that is. Embarrassment. So, Piper himself said it was a shit performance, so I like that he's self-aware. Yeah, Patty would act like he dominated, and it was a beautiful performance, even if it was shittier than that. Do you still believe Petr Yan will run round 3 against O'Malley? I will literally die on that hill. I would give round 1 to O'Malley before I gave round 3 to O'Malley. Petr Yan clearly won round 3. I think active champions are the best. That's what I love the most, active champions. Overrated fighters video, maybe. I'm just not big on list in general. I have a hard time deciding who goes where on what list. You know, sometimes with the cuts videos, it's not that hard. But with other videos like the top fights, it's hard for me to grade those, you know, to decide which one goes where. Does it go here? Does it go there? Where does it go? So maybe, maybe not. Volk's walkout is awesome, sure. How did Jan win round 3 visible damage? Visible damage is not the scoring criteria, you dumb motherfucker. It's not the scoring criteria. Again, I repeat, visible damage is not the only scoring criteria. Okay? It can be concussive damage. It can be immediate damage. There's a bunch of different words they use. But it doesn't fucking matter if one cut is done and then you get the shit beat out of you. So, shut up with that dumb shit. That Dominic Cruz brain dead bullshit. How many times I gotta tell you, Hap? Wasn't round 3 with Sean O'Malley hit him with the big knee? Yeah, that didn't hurt him at all, and then he missed every follow-up strike and then got outstruck and outgrappled for the rest of the round. But yes. Yes. People shit on Petrosky and act like he can't beat Bo Nickel. Hopefully more respect when he beats Pereira. He hustles every performance. Yeah, I think he can get it done. I think he could beat Bo Nickel. But after seeing that GM3 performance, I'm going to say no. I had a 29-28 Jan round. Watch round 3 again. And then I want you to think. Forget about visible damage. Who did more damage in total? Jan or O'Malley? In that 3rd round. Forget about the knee. It's clearly Jan. Jan literally basically dominated the 3rd round. After O'Malley landed that knee, he never landed not one of those follow-up shots. It was one of the worst robberies ever. Colby versus Leon is lose-lose. Either of them being champion is a headache to think about. Yeah, I don't think either one of them is going to be active. Bo would probably clean up Petrosky real nice. Maybe, maybe not. Cap, if a fighter gets dropped 3 times but his face is clean and he cuts his opponent, he wins the round. Wouldn't surprise me with today's judging, but that's not how the scoring criteria is supposed to be enforced. That is not how the scoring criteria is supposed to be enforced. I didn't even think there was a chance for a robbery going into that decision. Sometimes you can think, okay, there could be a robbery. Commentary 100% influences judging. We need a video. Yeah, but I don't think it does other than the apex. Or are you saying the judging of fans? I enjoyed Bellator 300 live. It was so fun. I'm glad you had a good time, Benji. I'm glad you had a great time. Yan won and a story agreed. I gave round 1 to Sean and the rest to Piotr, but you could tell Sean was gassing on bottom. Yeah. Joey, how'd you score the Vanessa Demopoulos fight? Because for me, she was up clear 2-0 on damage. People in live chat at the time were saying I'm dumb. I don't know. I didn't watch that fight super closely, but I think I had 2 and 3 for Murata. I think that's what I had, but I didn't watch it super closely. I even left halfway through the third round. I rewatched it, but I don't remember it that much. I erased it from my memory immediately. Commentary was slurping O'Malley in round 3. I know none of those follow-up shots landed. Joe, I would pay good money to see Dana's live reaction to Paulo Costa pulling out of his fight. Yeah, he probably slapped his wife after he heard the news. He probably said, I'm going to slap my wife after hearing this news. I will not accept this. I will not accept it. I only drink water now because of you, Joey. Are you serious, Matthew, or are you joking? That's pretty cool if I really did influence you to do that. Okay. Trying. Joey, that's big facts. O'Malley only won because hitting air after that knee just watched. I'm telling you, I rewatched it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how clear it was. I thought maybe I was just in the moment and missed out on something, but no, he didn't really land nothing. The knee was literally like the sole shot that O'Malley landed in the third round. Demopoulos' fight was literally on the level of Patty Gordon. I don't know. I just never have the desire to watch it back that close. Imagine drinking soda, clown. Murata got dropped in round 1 twice. You can say off balance round 2. The damage won her that round. Yeah, I had Demopoulos round 1. Dude, they should honestly just cancel 294 as a whole if Khamzat versus Paulo fight isn't happening, because even the Nasruddin fight isn't happening as well. I know it sucks because the card's still good. I don't want it canceled. The card's still good, but it just sucks because it isn't what it once was. It just isn't what it once was. Joe, going back to Jan, Aljo Sterling 2, who'd you have winning the fight? I had Jan winning 48-47, 1, 4, and 5. I had it scored exactly the same. I think supposedly Jan's injured. That's what I seen earlier today. That's just a rumor, but supposedly he's injured. And my guess, he wanted to take some time off. Round 2, she literally laid on her back for 4 minutes. I don't care about the elbows off her back. That did nothing. Yeah, that's what I remember. But it was just hard to pay attention. That fight was so garbage. Sometimes it's hard for me to pay attention to fights like that. If I'm not on stream, I'm just not caring about it. I'm just like, oh, I'd rather do this. I'm playing fetch with my dog. I'm, petting my dog. I'm looking at Discord rather than paying attention to a bullshit fight like that. But I'm going to get better about that soon. But the fight was just so painful to watch. Judges probably left mid-fight as well. I don't know why Murata was throwing those Donkey Kong punches. In the third round, when she started throwing single ground and pound shots, she was landing with ease. They knew what they were doing having O'Malley on in the 3-rounder when it definitely should have been 5. It's bullshit. It was such a robbery, and then people justified after the fact. It's called revisionist history. Not a damn soul thought O'Malley won that fight in real time. And then everyone was justifying it afterwards. Disgusting, despicable behavior. But it is what it is. That's the sport we live in. It was a brutal robbery. I'm glad I was on stream for such a brutal robbery. I'm glad I was on stream for such a grotesque robbery. But, it is what it is. It is what it is, boys. It's hard to believe that was a year ago now. Do you think Stipe is making a mistake bulking up too much? I feel as if him being lighter would work to his advantage. I don't know. Is he bulking up that much? I didn't know he was bulking up that much. But yeah, I think he could be making a mistake. But you never know until they get in there and maybe they look a little bit slow or not or something like that. Bro, DC was literally in shock when he heard the decision. He didn't know what to say. I know. I saw him go like that. I saw him do that. It's craziness. But he said in the latest interviews around 255. How much did was he normally weighing in? I don't remember. Like 245? So he's like a little bit extra. I don't think he's that much. I don't think he ever weighed in at like 230. If Makhachev was more active, do you think he would get more respect? I don't think he's that inactive. He fights twice a year at least. I don't think. So, was it clear robbery? Anyone says something different is just trying to be different. Fair enough, fair enough. We're talking, is that about the O'Malley fight or the Murata fight? But either way, I kind of agree with you. Stipe weighed in at like 232 for the Ngannou rematch. Oh, okay. So he's going to be about 20 pounds heavier. It could end up being a mistake. Remember when Jones got real big before it was supposed to be a DC fight, but it ended up being OSP, and he actually looked really, really slow? Who remembers that? Do you think Jones still cycles or is legit clean like USADA says? He probably finds a way to skirt the rules. He's got enough money. He finds a way to skirt the rules. And he has enough money to do so, just like probably Connor's going to be doing. Let's see what this says. Okay. Yeah, in the 230s last fight, I didn't remember that. I did not remember that. But I don't know, dude. I don't know what Stipe's going to do. He's coming in off, a 3-year layoff. He got folded like a lawn chair in his last fight, and now he's fighting John Jones. I don't know who to pick in that one. So, my favorite Paulo Costa moment is when he said he couldn't sleep the night before Izzy and drank a whole bottle of wine, and that's why he lost. I think he's on his way out. He just wants to be celeb boxing. I really do. I agree with you, dude. I think he's on his way out. I truly do. And I think the Khamzat fight, it may be one of those fights where afterwards he's gone. He may pull out of the Khamzat fight and get cut and end up going to YouTube boxing. So, Joey, if you were in the UFC, would you use PEDs? No, I would not. Every fighter's on the juice. Would not surprise me. Joe, what are your thoughts about Bobby Green joining the lightweight rankings? Where's he at? Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, he's not showing on the website yet. I bet you wouldn't even consider picking Stipe if MMA didn't make 0 sense this year. I have no idea what alternate universe we're in right now. I know, dude. It plays tricks with you. I haven't got a main event pick right since Max Holloway. And it's crazy because I was confident in a lot of those. No bigger robbery than Patty 29-28 versus Gordon. What a fucking joke. It was a clear 30-27 win for Gordon. According to UFC stats, they both landed 9 strikes in round 2, and Murata had 4 minutes in control. Yeah, I was confident Murata won round 2. But round 3 I only watched half of, and she was beating the shit out of her, so I assumed she won round 3. But then I rewatched it, and I don't even remember what I thought afterwards. Costa wants a bag. Yeah, I think he wants to go to YouTube boxing. So, that is the way it goes. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Patty gets that robbery. That was such a robbery. It was such a fucking robbery. It's unbelievable. And O'Malley gets the robbery, and I guess that's the way it is now. Robbery after robbery. Always for fan favorites. I think it's the fan influence in the judging. You acting like because the double hammer fist was stupid that it did nothing to Vanessa was laying on her back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you're talking to someone in the chat. I think Murata won second round. So, I remember Knight versus Meningfield. They called it a robbery. But Mendenfield didn't do shit either in round 3. I don't even remember that fight. I've erased that from my memory. Will Khamzat embarrass Costa like he did Holland? I'm gonna say yes. And then Costa will blame it on the injury if it does actually happen. It sucks that nothing is ever done about these terrible decisions. That's the annoying thing. I could suffer through some of these bad decisions if they were rectified somehow. Or use it to build a better future of decisions. But no, it's just we go on. Do you think he's trolling in the surgery was a lot before? It's possible. It's possible he's just messing around. I couldn't give a fuck less about the stats. Remember when I believe round 3 or round 4 versus Henry, they had like 30-8 signature strikes? Yeah, dude, I don't trust the strikes. I don't trust the stats either. At all. So for me, I don't trust it at all. That's it. I don't ever use the stats to support my argument, nor do I use them to discredit my argument. And that'll always be the way it is. The real question is, guys, we're about to be at Christmas. That is fucking crazy. We're about to be at Christmas. It's literally about to be November. What the hell? What kind of time vortex are we in, boys? It's soon to be. We're 6 months away, almost exactly 6 months away from the 3-year anniversary of the channel. The 3-year anniversary of the channel. That is craziness. One of these days, my head's just going to explode on stream. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like we're in a time vortex. I feel like we're in a legit time vortex. I don't know. What's up, Will Adams? Daddy Joey, pause. Chelson said Khamzat and Paul are the same fighter hotel right now. I wonder if it will turn into 279. Yeah, where they yell at each other a little bit and then they cancel the press conference. To act like control means nothing when Vanessa's landing elbows that would hurt a middle school. Dude, I don't even have the passion to discuss Murata versus Demopoulos ever again. But I see you and Deshaun going back and forth. Joe, what are you doing on Halloween? I have no idea. Probably nothing. Probably just handing out some candy. Just handing out some candy. Now I'm just going to give out Boston crabs. I'm going to give out Boston crabs. So that's the way I'll go. Khamzat embarrassed himself in the build up to 279. Yeah, kind of. We're going to have to agree to disagree. Well, there you go. Khamzat, yeah, dude, the whole 279 ended up being god awful. It was already shit to begin with. Why is every September pay-per-view shit in the UFC? Every September pay-per-view is shit, it basically seems. The UFC is just shit in the bed every chance they get. That's the way it goes, boys. Khamzat misses weight blatantly. What's crazy is Paulo Costa's embarrassed himself fight after fight. Volk versus Ortega wasn't. Define what you mean by it wasn't. That fight card was garbage. It wasn't the worst ever. But you had Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy co-main event. Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler. Volkanovski beat the brakes off of Brian Ortega. Just because of one submission attempt doesn't mean it was a good fight. And I'll stand by that. It was a masterclass by Volk. So masterclass destruction by Volk. One submission attempt doesn't make it fight of the year. Dricus beat Whitaker 3 months ago. Where is the time gone? I know, dude. I know. Fries, I can't even side with you on that one. I don't believe anything the media outlets score. They're clowns too. But point proven. Every year feels shorter now. I know. Favorite pay-per-view in recent memory? When's the last time I left a pay-per-view genuinely satisfied? Let's start at the beginning of the year. 293, 283 was decent. 284 main event, really enjoyed. 285, 286, 287, 288. I feel like 283 and 284 were really good. 285 was pretty good. 287 was good. 289 was really good, even though it was a shitty card. 290 was pretty good. 275 was amazing. And it wasn't even the best card either. Jan and Glover was supposed to be on 266. Would have been a good card originally. I know. Got canceled. Got canceled. I remember that was supposed to be on there. It's crazy. 266. 2 long years ago. 275 was my favorite last year. I don't remember what my favorite was last year. I was rewatching 280 stream and you barely had a big reaction to Islam's finish compared to the O'Malley decision robbery. That's funny, dude. That's pretty funny. I don't even remember what my reaction was at. It was just like, it happened. So it was so anticlimactic. That's funny. You went back. How often does anybody in here go back and rewatch certain streams? I'm curious. I'm very curious. That's news to me. That's news to me. I'm very curious. Who goes back and watches like fight reactions? Who goes back and like find a fight from like 6 months ago? I went back to it not long ago, Joey, at least for 280. 275 was insanity. I didn't even watch it because how weak it was on paper. I watch your Patty robbery stream pretty often. I use your fight companions when I watch old fights again. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Do you sync them up? What I want to do, one of my next goals in the channel is, and it's going to be a pain in the ass because I'm going to have to manually record it all. I want to, so I have like, the way I have my timer set up, and I don't know if it's going to be easy to do it or not, but I want to be able to start being able to pause these timers. Rather than once I turn them off, they automatically restart. So I just turn that off and I turn it back on, it automatically restarts. I want to record those timers and use it as a video file so then I can manually pause it. That's what I want to try to do. But I don't know how that'll work exactly. It sounds awfully intricate. But that's crazy, dude. When you go back and watch, the craziest reaction I've seen from you was Izzy KO's Alex UFC 287. I know, dude, because I predicted it to a T. That was so crazy. I booked the night off of work months in advance. Don't you put that evil curse on me? What did I say? Remember 276 was supposed to be an insane card, but it flopped badly. Yeah, it was boring as hell. I remember that card. Izzy Cannonier main event, but the whole card was shit. O'Malley poking Munoz in the eye. O'Malley fluked his way up the rankings, dude. Was losing to Munoz. Lost to Piotr Jan. Gets a title fight and wins. Dude, I think it's going to be canceled. I made a video about it. 276 was depressing. I always go back and rewatch your reaction to Leon Usman at 278. One of the wildest moments I've ever. I woke my entire family up, screaming in disbelief. What's crazy is I never really see my reactions unless somebody was like sending them to me or I'll like make a meme out of them on Instagram. I don't really go back and watch them. Let me see. Is there like a spike? Is there a timestamp? Please tell me there's a timestamp. All right, there was a timestamp. He's not even throwing anything. I'm not even listening. That's mad funny. I can't believe it. I'm reading the chat. Who was here in the chat? Brandon was in the chat. Fight Life was in the chat. I threw my headphones off. It caught me so off guard, I didn't even know how to move my body. I didn't even know how to move my body. I'm so glad I was on stream for that, though. That was so shocking. I watched the video. It was good. Thank you. 276 was depressing. You legit cried when Sean won. Your reactions are great. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I don't try to, like, put on any type of show or anything. I just give my honest thoughts. That's what I do. So, honestly, to me, going back and rewatching this shit is embarrassing to me. Like, when I see this type of reaction, I look like a fucking idiot. But seeing the chat run wild when a crazy finish happens is one of the crazier things to see. So, that's the best part. The Patty robbery is my favorite reaction. I was going off about that for a while. I was going off for a while. So, motivational Joey, when you'll like tune in for like a fight watch along after the fact, are you watching multiple fights from one card or one fight? Or will you watch like a whole pay-per-view main card and sync it up or no? I'm curious what you do. I'm just curious. What in the tarnation? Appreciate you, Fries. I missed that. I wasn't looking. Joe, can you define title shot for me? It is when Yair beat Emmett, or is it considered after Yair got a title shot to fight Volk? Title shot is any fight with any title on the line, whether it's an interim fight or a regular title fight. I consider a title shot. So any fight where if you win a title. I was on the freeway in my buddy's car when Green KO'd Dawson. I wanted to jump into oncoming traffic. I was so shocked. I use free fights from UFC's YouTube channel. Okay, fair enough. I try to get better about putting start times for fights I try to take timestamps while I'm streaming now. And I want to do, but one of my main goals in 2024, especially when I get my new OLED monitor, which I'm super excited for. You know, that's only 3-4 months away, depending on when it comes out. I'm going to try to do better about every fight be on full cards. Because right now I tend to I'll miss a couple fights, or I only do the main card, or I want to get better about being on for full fights so you guys can see my reaction to every fight. But it's just tough being on stream for 6-7 hours. Joe, I watched your Patty reaction. It was great. You realized you were living in the Matrix. I'm going to have to go watch it now. I'm not listening to it, but I'm going to have to go find it real quick. It was UFC 282. Please be a timestamp in the comments. Okay. UFC 282. What in the fuck? I'm trying to search my channel for it, and it's pulling up anything that I search with that. It's so annoying. I don't even remember. I just remember saying it was a brutal robbery. So now I have to go in here. All right, live watch along. It's got to be in the comments, right? I'm watching it. That's a straight up robbery. I'm done. I was pissed. Like, what in the hell? I couldn't believe it. I think I contemplated stop watching the sport. Used to put an image on the fighters on the screen so we know we'll know what fight it is. I know, dude. I need to get better about that, but it's just what's annoying about it is I screen grab that from the UFC's website and I'm almost broadcasting the stream. So I have to have that page open and then I have to change it. I might try to get, but does that make the viewing experience a lot better in your opinion? I just didn't think it was that aesthetically pleasing, and I thought I'm going to try to keep timestamps up. But maybe I'll try to do that in the future. I don't know. What do you guys think? Everyone else, let me know. Do you prefer when I put a picture up of what fight's going on? Because it's just seemed like it was a lot of extra hassle for very limited gain. If that made sense. I saw a short form. I saw it as a short from MMA Joey Clips. Oh, he has shorts. I didn't know that. Let me take a look. How do I even see? Okay, I don't need that. Okay, how the hell? Okay, where's he at? Go to channel. I don't see shorts. He doesn't have any shorts, you lying piece of shit. Put a picture up would be alright. It's a lot of work if it's not worth it. That makes it easier when you don't have timestamp. Yeah, I'm trying to get better about always getting timestamps. But maybe I'll just shrink. I don't know. I can manually go in. See, that's a lot of work too. I don't know. I'll think about maybe putting a picture of them up every time. But I feel like it takes up important screen real estate for almost no reason, especially when I have timestamps. So I don't know. I'll work on something. That'll be something I can improve on in the next year or so. I'll work on figuring something else up to make you know exactly what fight it is. But I've been trying to get really specific timestamps for you. How do you feel that they gave Vera the decision over Sandhagen? I would have literally threw up. What's the saltiest you ever been over a robbery when Patty robbed Gordon? Either Patty robbing Gordon or O'Malley robbing Jan, probably. I mean, there's been some bad robberies, but those were two of the worst I've ever seen. What you should do is type the name of the fight in text right above the timer. I'll think about it, dude. Maybe I'll try it something next stream. There's a lot of things I want to try, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't like it too busy of a screen. You know what I mean? Having some type of graphics everywhere all over the stream. So maybe I'll shrink it down. Like, let me see. Maybe I'll do a little test real quick. I'll do a little test right quick. Let me see. Let me see. Does this go up or no? Okay. All right. Let me see something real quick. No. Alrighty. Image. No, I don't need image. Okay. Window capture. Next fight. Cancel. It's just too complicated. Let me just try image. Because window capture is so annoying. Maybe I can screenshot each image. I don't know. Let's go here. Great. Now I'm moving shit that I don't even need to move. Shrink that down. Maybe I'll do something like this. And let me go to UFC's website. Oh my God, I went to Fight Pass by mistake. Events. Let's go to 294. I don't feel like looking at this bullshit here. It's just gonna, it's gonna be easier to do screen capture. So window capture. Let's go to here, window capture. Fight. Okay. So it'd be something like this. All right, let me shrink this down real quick. See, that looks too, if I put it too small, you can't barely see what it is. I want it to like center it up. Let's shrink it up a little bit more. Like I want to have something like this maybe. Like maybe something like that. But I feel like if it's that small, you can't even see what it is. You know what I mean? So it kind of has to be like that. And I don't like that. Like that takes up too much real estate on the screen if I do it like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Transition. All right, let's get rid of that. Studio mode. I don't know. I'll think about it, what I'm going to do. I'll think about it. It's hard to say. We're raising prices? No, that's what we agreed upon in the chat, you dumbass. I don't know, though. Jack asking dumb questions. Dude said Lewis or Jailton. Jailton. By finish. Obviously, Derrick flying triangle. What did you guys think? Did you guys have any thoughts on that? Specifically what I just showed you on stream? Well, no one asked you to agree, Jack. Everyone else agreed on it. We'll see if it actually happens, though. People might have agreed and then bluff on it. And we'll see what happens. Anybody? What did you guys think? All right, let me X out of that. Kai versus Albazi gets swept under the rug a lot. Yeah, I thought Kai won that. You ain't doing 10? Well, didn't you vote for it? A bunch of people voted for it. I see what you're saying, Fries, in the Discord. I'm going to have to think about it and see what I want to do. What is this bullshit? This bullshit. Let's just do this for the last little bit. The pictures don't add much. Yeah, I don't like taking up real estate. What do you guys think of the timer overall? Does the timer look pretty good? Because you know I made that myself. Like that's a custom made timer that I made myself. So what do you guys think of the timer? Do you think it looks beautiful? I wanted a timer that looked pretty slick. So, do you guys think the timer looks slick or not? Or does it look like shit? Because I made that timer myself. That's like a combination of 4 different graphics. Timer ass low key. The timer is impeccable. JJ, I think you're just full of shit. I think you're just full of shit. Make it better. I don't know how I can make it better. I think it looks pretty clean. I think it looks pretty clean. You know? But it is what it is. It's luscious. The timer's outstanding. Yeah, I've never seen anyone with a better timer ever. I looked around. For timers because I was like it's actually hard to figure out how to do that. So what I ended up doing is, believe it or not, that timer is like 4 different graphics individually that I made. You have the red box, you have the gray box. It's 3 different graphics. No, you 4 different graphics. You have the red box that I made, the gray box that I made, the round 1 overlay, and then the timer overlay. All compound. Like that isn't one cohesive graphic. That is 4 different graphics that I combined together, and then I put them in a folder titled round 1. So when I turn it on, they all come on together simultaneously. When I turn on round 2, they all come on simultaneously. If that makes sense. The timer's fine. The curtain is ruining things. Why do you always say that about the curtain? Would you now be okay if you gave Gone? Would you now be okay if they gave Gone a win over Francis because it's no. So I literally just wasted 20 minutes on the toilet watching reaction clips of yours on the MMA Joey Reacts channel. Skip. Weird question. Does your fiance ever get pissed at you screaming at 2 a.m.? No, she's watching the fights too. She's So why would she care? And she's watching the stream as well. So when I'm streaming the fights, she's watching the stream. So no. She can only hear me partially. She's usually down in the living room. So when I scream, she can hear me a little bit. But she's already listened to this stream anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's funny is though, she'll hear that it's like because my stream's on a 10-second delay, so she'll hear me scream up here, and then she'll see it coming in on the actual stream. Yeah, she'll watch. Sometimes when she watches a lot of the streams like these too. Um, but like right now she's sleeping. But sometimes when I'm doing the streams, if someone says some really weird shit in the chat, she'll screenshot it and send it to me while I'm on stream. Would your dog ever be allowed to watch fights with you up in the spare bedroom? Yeah, but he'd probably start barking at me when I start screaming. Yeah, he'd probably start barking at me. He'd be like, dude, Dad, why are you acting like that? What does your fiance think about your haters? She knows I don't care. So why would she care? Why would she care? She knows me well enough. I mean, we've known each other for so long. She knows me well enough to literally know. And this sounds like some corny ass saying, but if anything, they just fuel me more. That you guys genuinely have no idea. You guys genuinely have no idea. So she knows that I don't give a fuck. Why would she give a fuck? Is it true that UFC's being dumb again and doing Volk versus Topuria in Canada instead of Australia? It seems to be that way. That is the rumor. It seems to be that way. And I talked about that in the Alan Topuria, not Alan Topuria, the Alan Movsar video I just recently did. If you guys care to go check that out. If Stipe KOs Jones, Joey's going to be waking up the neighbors with his reaction. I don't think my neighbors can ever hear me. I have neighbors, but they're not close enough where they probably hear me scream. But I guess. As far as the ad thing, YouTube updated some type of monetization thing. I don't know what's going on with it. Gamrot being a backup is so bad. I know I'm going to make a video about that. Imagine getting ads. Yeah, imagine not having YouTube Premium. Damn, y'all that poor? You said, I got an ad and I'm cooking right now. Get YouTube Premium, you bum. I got the family plan and nobody in my family even uses it, but I share it with them anyway. Because that's how bougie I am, all right? At least Canada will get a good main event. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what they do. Nobody else does that? Yes, put a picture up. It will set you apart, make it easier to watch. Okay, I'll think about it, dude. Maybe I'll just start doing it for like the main card because usually I have side-by-side pictures. So instead of putting up the UFC's website, I'll use my pre-made side-by-sides. Like, what do you guys think of that idea? What do you guys think of that idea? Like, theoretically, let me go look at this real quick. Image. Browse. Let me see. You got a side-by-side ready to go. I'll just use Costa versus Khamzat since that's what we're talking about. Whoa. How is this picture upside down? Well, that's annoying. Image. Okay, hold on one second. Costa. Okay, here we go. I could use my pre-made side-by-sides. Maybe I could do this that I already make. See, but even this takes up too much screen real estate. Maybe I could do this. Let's see, round one. Because at least I would have these. Let's shrink this down a little bit to there. Shrink it down a little bit to there. Maybe go with something like that. I could do that maybe for the main card. I don't know. I have no solution with what I'm actually going to do. I don't know if it adds that much to it, to be honest. But I'm always looking to improve. But maybe I could do something like that. Oh, let's get rid of that now. Transition. Boom. Okay, gone. I'll consider it. Joey start Moon launch for YouTube Premium. Joey is YouTube shill. That I am. I have an EBT card, Joey. They said I was the wrong digits when I tried to activate it. Probably is. Premium Family Plan is great. Yeah, 25 bucks, right? I don't even know anymore. I have so many subscriptions, I don't even think about it anymore. Do the pics of the tail of the tape. Yeah, I don't know. No promises, but I'll think about how I can improve in the future. It's just I don't like covering the whole screen with graphics. But I do think it isn't a bad idea to have a picture of what fight's going on with the timer. But I could also just do pre-made text instead of a picture as well. I could make like a nice little YouTube. Maybe I could do that. Is your dog going to clap in the background when there's 10 seconds left? Yes. I'm going to have Steve Mazzagatti. I'm going to pay Steve Mazzagatti to sit in the background and be like this. What if I start doing that every time there's 10 seconds left in a round? I'll just start doing this. I would pick Gaethje to beat Oliveira in a rematch if he doesn't fight emotionally. Let's see what you got, you lying bitch. I know you're probably lying. That's the ugliest timer I've ever seen. Just a work in progress. You're literally screen recording your iPhone, you bitch. Was that a joke? I hope that was a joke. Josh Emmett moves up to lightweight and becomes champion. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's so sad that Gaethje only 2 fights left. What a career, man. Would be so different without him. If Usman or Magomedov were to fight Islam, who would you take? Islam. Easy. Buy an air horn when the round ends, then buy a clown outfit. Nah, that's crazy. Hey, how funny would it be? Anybody seen what Billy just sent in the chat? If Billy, if you're watching right now, imagine if I just sent this to Rampage on Instagram. Imagine if I just sent that to Rampage on Instagram. That'd be funny. Make it real awkward for him. You edited that? What do you mean you edited it? That's literally a screenshot off your phone. You literally screenshotted a fucking timer, screen recorded a timer from your phone. Are you trolling me right now? I think I am going to send this to Rampage. Can you make a timer that is similar to the UFC, the way the UFC has it, more bottom screen? What do you mean by more bottom screen, dude? Damn, you guys are crazy. You want a specific spot? Or you want it dead center? You want it bottom right? I can move it lower. See what the timer and the UFCs look like. There's bottom dead center. You know what I could do? Oh, I got a good idea. That actually gave me a good idea. I could make a little banner. That's a lot of work, though. I got to type up each individual name of 13 different fights every week and make a Photoshop about it. I don't know if I can do that. Banner would be sick. Yeah, it's just a lot. That's a lot of work. 13. So what I would have to do is I would have to remake my timer graphic for 5 different rounds. Then I would have to, every fight card, I would have to type up each individual fight's name into a Photoshop edit that would be similar colors to the timer. But it would just be a lot. I mean, you're talking, and then I'll have to set it all up on OBS. It'd be damn hard to do. It'd be damn hard to do. Can you do one right now to show us a rough draft? I don't know. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Let me see what I got. Pay someone to do it? I ain't got money like that. Dude, I'm not making that. I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to pay someone to do that, but I ain't got money to be paying someone to make some graphics for me that every single week. If it was a one-time thing, I'd pay someone to make it. But every single week? I don't, that's too much. Let's see what I got here. Okay, now, of course. Okay, so what I would have is, let's go. Would go like this. And then nothing. And then, let's see. Why is this not? Oof, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Great, I don't know what I just did. Okay, so I already royally messed this up and I have to X out of it. Okay. Let's see. Rectangle tool. Rectangle tool. Oh my God. This is, see, I'm trying to create a graphic. And then move this down here. Yeah, this would be tough. And then, oh no, I can't fill this in. Oh, here we go. It'd be something like this. All right, let me see. Shrink that down. But I'd have to individually type each name every week. Let's see what I got. Put that dead center. Put that, oh no, come on. Put that dead center. And then give me one. Hopefully I'm done this in 1 second. No promises, but hopefully I'm done this in 1 second. A rough draft. Okay, so we do Chimaev versus Costa. We'd go shrink this down. Shrink this down. Damn it. This wouldn't even work out. This is going to look like ass. I don't even know what the chat's saying right now. If Costa's Chimaev's off, dude, that would suck. I don't know if this is even going to work. I'll just get rid of the verses, and I'll just do a bunch of spaces. Because I need to make room for the timer. So I still need more. Oh no, I just deleted all the text. Hold on. Alright, we'll go with this for now. This is the rough draft of what I got for you. Oh, that looks kind of ugly. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if it's center. Be something like... Whew. Alright, I think I might have finally gotten it. All right, let me export this graphic. And look how much, this is just for one of them. This is just for one of them. So imagine this. So insert image, new fight graphic. I don't care what the hell it's called. I misspelled it, but okay. Browse, downloads. Okay. Yeah, this looks kind of cornball. And it doesn't lock on center. I think that's center. Is that center? I don't know if that is. I don't think that is center of the screen, is it? Am I way off? And so then round one. Oh no, I'm terrified right now. Oh God. You fight graphic. Carry it down. Oh God, I'm messing this all up. I don't know if this is center or not. For some reason, it's not like locking in the center. So hold on. All right, I think this is roughly center. I'm just guessing here. It'd be something like this. Obviously, I'd have to make it more symmetrical. I would shrink down the timer and everything to fit. So it would be like round one, and then it would be like the time next to it or something like that. But that takes, you see how much work that just took just to make that rough copy of it? I don't know if it's really possible to do all that. And now I'm going to have to fix this later. Oh, God, what a mess this is. What a mess that is. Just for all that, I'm just going to go ahead and X. I'm not even saving that. Sorry about that, boys. Oh, you guys like it? Can we just keep it up? What do you mean? Can we keep what up? You guys actually liked it? I thought it kind of looked kind of ugh. It'd be something along those lines. Let me put it on full screen and take a look at it myself. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Zach, for the $4.99. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, my friend. I've just been slacking. It does kind of look good on regular stream now that I'm taking a gander at it. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I'm looking at it on stream. I was just looking at it. Timer looked good. You think it's that good? Doesn't take up too much real estate? Here, I'll put it back on screen one more time. Hold on. Studio. Something like that. There you go. I'll leave it up for a few seconds so you guys can take a look at it. Zach backpacking around the world. Thank you for the $4.99. What did you think of the stoppage between Ian Cutelaba and Magomed Ankalaev? The first fight, worst stoppage, horrible stoppage. Cutelaba was just toying around, playing around, and the referee for whatever reason stepped in, and it was just absolute garbage. Absolute positive garbage. So, hated it. Hated it. Terrible stoppage. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of this timer now because I don't think... What I don't like is also... What I might end up doing is... I might end up doing something like this. I might end up doing something like this, but much smaller, because I don't want it taking up too much real estate on the screen. And especially, I don't want it, if it gets clipped or something, like someone posted in a compilation or something, I don't want the clock all over, the screen basically. But I might do something like that. I'll think about it. That's so much work, you guys have no idea. So, but either way, what I would do is I would shrink it down. I would put it in one smaller rectangular bar. I wouldn't have the big square clock. I would have a smaller clock in the center. So, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. It'll be very, very, shrunk down. Also, make sure you have Wingstop sponsors. Will you be doing a fight companion for UFC 294? I doubt I'll be able to get off to work during the day for it. I will be. I'll be doing a fight companion for UFC 294, so you can feel free to tune in. That sucks. That sucks badly. Don't forget the Timex ad in the timer. Yeah, I'll do that as well. But yeah, I'll figure something out. It's just, I might end up doing it maybe only to start out. I might only doing it for the main card because I have to manually go and create every single one of those graphics. That's more trouble than you think. But I would tweak the colors and make them look better. Maybe not standing out as much. I don't know. Are you starting at 10 a.m. or 12? I'm going to try to start as early as possible. So hopefully 10. Hopefully 10, but I'm not sure. Keep the timer more neutral looking. It's distracting, but that's the idea. Yeah, what I would do is, I don't know. I would try to, I might just make everything like a dark gray and then just white text and white numbers. I can always tweak it later on, but it's a lot of work. Even to do what I just did, which was a half-ass attempt, you see how long it took me. So, Bobby versus Dan in December. I hope so. Sign me up. I like it. Costa Chimaev going past round 1. I'm going to say no, but maybe. Guys, it's 12:30 already. But yeah, what I'll do is if I do it, it'll end up being down bottom like that. Something along those lines. And honestly, it may end up being... Let me look up one more thing real quick. Okay, I wish I would have saved that graphic, but it is what it is. I'm not going to use that one, but I was going to make another temp one. It might end up being like this. I'm not even going to make the new timer yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to go like maybe like a light gray. Oh, that's probably too light gray. Maybe something like that. And then I'll do this. I'm just going to text it out real quick. You'll see what I mean in a second. You guys will see what I mean in a second. It'll probably look something along this lines. I'm just going to make everything text just so you get the general idea. So it'll be like this. Chimaev, round 1 for 55 Costa. This looks like shit, actually. This actually looks like shit. So never mind. I'm not even showing you this because this looks so bad. I'm going to go ahead and exit right out of that. Looks like shit. Never mind. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Why would UFC care to build up Grant Dawson like that and give him and give him the Sean O'Malley path. I don't see that happening with him. Why would the UFC care to build up Grant Dawson like this? I don't think they did. I think they just needed a main event. I think that's why they gave him Bobby Green. I think that's all that happened there. Okay, where are we at? Sorry, boys. If I missed your question, just throw it in the chat. I'm getting back to reading the stream. Find someone that can make it easy for you to edit. Check court right now. Dude, what the hell do you want? What am I looking at in court? Yeah, I could do something, just make it look exactly like the UFC's. I could literally make it look exactly like the UFC's. That's what I could do. I could do that. I literally could make that exact graphic, basically. But I have to make each, you have to realize I have to make each individual one of those for every single fight. And then save them. So maybe I'll start doing it for like the main card, and maybe if I dial it in. In response to Blake's comment. Okay, I was curious what that was saying. Okay. If I can get a backdoor stream on my phone, I'll do that, but it takes too much work when I need the same phone for work. And Apple CarPlay screws it up every single time, and I get in and out of my car. Yeah, dude, the streams are horrible. I've never used them. But font is too bold. Well, that's a work in progress. What are they doing with UFC 299? 295 doesn't even have a full main card, and it's 1 month away. I think it does. I just don't think they have the bout order yet. Last time I checked, they had like 12 fights. Watch UFC give Grant Dawson everyone with the least knockout power. I don't think they will. I don't think they care that much about Grant Dawson. I understand now. I knew Grant Dawson would get clipped eventually. I told you his striking is garbage. Mark Madsen dropped him immediately into their fight. Yeah. Just copy the UFC timer. All right, I'll do it. This might force Strickland versus DDP, which is the rightful next fight for the championship. Maybe. What Bobby Green was supposed to be an easy win for Grant. Been calling out Tony and motherfucker got knocked out. Wouldn't surprise me if Patty and Tony beat Grant. Dude, I can't believe he folded that badly. He folded badly. It was horrific. I can't believe we still have 80 people here watching. Guys, do me a favor. Like the stream. We're up to likes on the stream. I'm about to end the stream and drop a video. I'm about to drop a video on you guys that I've had recorded, and now it's mad late releasing it now. So mad late releasing it. But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. I thought someone like Jalen Turner would have been the one that KO'd Dawson. Yeah, or submit him with like a guillotine or something. I wonder how many people are asleep watching right now. Would you ever consider dimming your bedroom lights while... No. That is a little bit too extreme. Pool boy army. That is way too extreme. That is way too much. That is way too much. Go for 3 hours. We've already gone 2.5 hours, and I wasted way too much time messing around on Photoshop. Way too much time messing around on Photoshop. So I'm an outright clown. If we get 80 likes, look. No, I'm not even gonna. That's 32 minutes for 80, just for 80 likes on a stream. That's gonna go for the members afterwards. Last time they had 14 fights for MSG card. As of right now, they have 13. Maybe they'll add one more. Yeah, I'll go 3 hours for a $500 dono. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. So get to it, guys. Just go. Yeah. I did a video. It's a very short video on UFC Brazil. It's a very short in comparison to my other videos. It's like 12 and a half minutes long. It's 12 and a half minutes long. So in comparison to that, it's kind of a shorter video, but I'm going to release that in a minute when I end the stream. So you guys can go right to that and I'll blow up that. Did you drop prediction video for Saturday's card? Yep, was out yesterday. Vince, do you not have notifications on? Do you not have Vince, shame on you. Absolute shame on you. Where's Tori at? I don't know where Tori's been at. Which martial arts would you be keen to learn? I'll say jiu-jitsu. Donates 500. That'd be wild. If you go with your gut, if you don't like the way it looks, I can definitely create something that I like. It's just a matter of, can I create a graphic where all I have to do is then go in and type the individual name? But the thing is, even if I create a graphic that I really like and all I have to do is go in and manually change the names, then I have to import 13 graphics into OBS. And I have to have them raring to go every single time. Don't care Leon has a fight book now, even though I like Leon better. I miss Usman as champ and his activity. Agreed. I miss any active champ is my favorite champ. So hopefully Strickland's active. He's always been active. I'm assuming he's going to be active as a champ. And yeah. If Khamzat and Islam don't have any photos with you-know-who people and 294 get derailed. Khamzat and Islam don't have any photos. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't know what you're getting at, my friend. Why did Blades pull out? I think it was an injury, but I don't know for sure. I don't know exactly what the issue was. I do not know exactly what the issue was, but there's some type of issue going on. Listen, boys. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to get the first taste of a new video that's been waiting to be dropped. That's been just raring up to be dropped. You guys are going to get the first taste of it. And then I'm going to end the stream. Listen, here's the link to the new video. This has not yet even been released yet. It's about to be released as we speak. Go watch this video, like it, and comment on it. If all 75 of you guys like it and comment on it right away, it'll blow it up in the algorithm. It's early predictions for two new fights on UFC Brazil after last-minute cancellations. There is the link. Thank you for joining me for this 2.5-hour stream. I appreciate every single one of you. Go to the video in the chat. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, go watch my Khamzat Chimaev Paulo Costa video. I believe the fight is going to be canceled at UFC 294. That is currently on the channel as well. But go to the link in the chat. Goodbye, good night, and I appreciate every single one of you. You better go comment on that video. Good night.